Yes, it is true. Update 20 has arrived, and wow, those boosters in the top corner have had their image made just ridiculously big. I'm going to quickly check my settings, but this said an hour ago the update went live. The update has just gone live. I mean, moments ago. This, of course, first off, everything seems really weird. Where is the alerts for the new deck stuff? Update 20 has arrived, which means, well, Octavia has arrived. We'll get to her in a second. There's few little other things I want to try and cover first, starting with, okay, the colours kind of suck because it's based on the old colours. This needs to obviously be rectified because I haven't actually taken it out of stasis. The Helminth Charger now has the Helminth Charger skin. It no longer looks like a normal Charger and actually looks like an infected Kubro, which is what it is meant to be, whereas a Charger, if you've ever looked at it, is actually a Grineer because under its head is a Grineer's head. So it was never based on this Kubro or Kavat or anything like that. But it now has a skin. I'm going to have to take it out. This looks stupid. So this is the new Helminth Charger skin. Doesn't actually look that bad. The colours, weirdly, are the standard colours. I don't understand if they're supposed to look like this or whether that's just because mine had a funny colour scheme to begin with. But its mouth now opens kind of like, there it actually goes, Nidus's does. Then, of course, there is the Robin Kitten hood. It's not actually what it's called. It's the Madrin, whatever. Of course, for 225 platinum, you can buy Octavia. You see, you thought I was going to make you wait before I got into this. You were wrong. I just want to have a look at the Helminth and the Kavat hoodie. But Octavia is here. 125 armor is actually not that bad. 100 health, 75 shields. That's not really that good. 75 shields could be her downfall. But 150 power means, being a very power-orientated frame, this could be really, really useful. And her passive is a weird one. She briefly replenishes energy for herself and nearby allies when abilities are activated. And of course her abilities, which you can see there, are, well, going to be a real pain in the butt because her entire system revolves around something called the Mandicord, and I'll put a screenshot of this up here. This is where you go to make the music, and you make the music there, and that affects how her abilities are powered. She is going to be a really weird frame. I was actually just heading, oh hello Barrow, what are you doing here? It's in the relays, and you have to go all the way back here and speak to Cephalon Suda. And this is where I get slightly annoyed and why I have to do this. It's weird, kind of the join between the two parts here, but I've already been in here. And Samaras turns around and says, don't waste your time or don't listen to this idiot Cephalon. And it turned out not only was the video corrupt, but so was the audio. And the only reason I know that is because I've already done this and I had to go back and yeah. So you want to come here, and this is who you have to see to get us to start Octavia's Anthem quest, which is how you get the blueprint and initiate the whole side of farming for this. Plus there's meant to be a storyline in there that I'm quite looking forward to doing. More on that later though. Now I get the inbox from the Lotus. The gifts of the Lotus have been stolen. This is how you get the Dex Dakra and the Dex Furus and the Dex Cyberus. That's right, you have to do missions to get these weapons. They are going to be right there. Gift of the Lotus stolen. You have 3 days to do these missions. They will be coming with a catalyst in each one as you do the missions to get them, and a weapon slot. So it's the same as it is normally, and I'm pretty sure actually, like this, that used to happen, or what happened every year till now, you would get a message to your inbox. I was planning on using last year's, but for some reason I don't have it. kind of annoyed me because, as you can tell, I don't tend to delete things in my inbox. The only thing I delete is when I send somebody something and it says that it's arrived. That I'll delete. Everything else I tend to keep a hold of for reference purposes. So I've had to go back another year to when the Dex Dacra came out, but you used to get them like this. But this year you have to do a mission for them, but the 4th Dex item, the Sandana, will arrive on the 28th and will be available for a week. That, I don't know. It doesn't say you've got to do a mission to get that, so that should just go into your inbox the same as these used to. There's also a new Sandana. This thing looks like it's sucking on your back. The Pandero, which looks like a pretty decent weapon. Of course, before getting into that, I think it was 195 platinum to buy it. The blueprint's also in the market, we'll get to that. You can actually see its primary stats, and this has finally been added, its secondary stats are in here as well. That is huge. That's something people have been after for a while. You can see the difference between the charged shot. Actually doesn't look like there is one. Looking at this, the status is the same, the damage is the same. The accuracy is a little bit worse. I mean, the crit multiplier is the same, the crit chance is the same, but the fire rate's 0, even though it's a charged shot. The blueprint, of course, is also in the marketplace, but it will cost you 2 Argon crystals and 5,500 cryotic. For 265 platinum though, you can also get the primary, which, is there actually a difference? Oh, there's actually a difference in this. It does more crit for a charged shot, which is its alternate fire mode. Its fire rate is lower, its magazine's the same. I'm just kind of engrossed in the fact that you can see charged is the secondary fire mode of this, which, middle mouse click if you want to call it that. But the way that this was supposed to work is it's kind of like the Gorgon was when it first came out and the Soma attempted to be. But I can't help but notice 25% crit chance is not that bad. It's got a nice bit of status to it at 15%, and damage wise it's not that bad, but it's also not really that high. But I just keep looking at the visuals of this weapon, or I would if it would rotate back down, you know. There's a lot of detail in that weapon. And of course, as soon as I say that, it zooms all the way out. Somebody's actually come in, started the research, contributed nothing, and left. I don't know who it was, but that was quite funny. It's not actually that expensive, but of course mine is a mountain clan, so ghost clans, shadow clans, storm clans will be cheaper, moon clans will be more expensive. Not bad at all, and sadly though, it still takes 3 days to research. More importantly here, kind of a big thing, not really sure if people have noticed this one, clan affinity? You might be asking to yourself, what's this giant thing I'm waving around inside of the dojo? This is the Ascension altar. This is kind of needed to level up through the new clan ranking system. Well, I made a gigantic mistake placing that where I did, because that is a machine that appears once you have enough affinity to rank up your clan. I'm coming to this one because I don't know. Wait, I put the plasties in. I thought I did anyway. I'm getting distracted. Affinity is earned by doing research. Everything has affinity to it. Once you have finished researching it, it will add that affinity. Wow, that's a lot of affinity. To the clan. And that will show up if you go to communication clan, and it's right in the middle. Mountain clan, bar is full. Then that little podium thing will arrive. Having that terminal, whatever it is, because it's not built yet, where you spawn into your dojo would be highly advised. If your clan puts this in and can go rank 9 straight away, those 30 members will be able to go up to this and get 45,000 endo. because rank 1 is 1000 endo, rank 2 is 2000, rank 3 is 3000. It goes up to rank 9, which will get you 9000 endo for each member who participates in this thing. So this is something that people are going to want to do. There's also going to be a really big rush for those 30 members to get into this machine as quick as possible. In roughly 23 hours and 59 minutes, I will be locking my dojo, so I can be the only person who can access this to make sure they don't do it without me, because that is something that could happen, and I want to see what happens in there. There is also a new helmet for Wukong, which kind of snuck its way in here, or it attempted to sneak its way in here. I actually thought it was the alternate helmet for Octavia. It's no such thing. But Octavia does come with an alternate helmet here. You would think at this point I was done. No, there is a lot. This is one of those updates where things pile on top of each other. In the efforts to try and keep this as short as possible, because update 20 has so much to it, this video is going to be long enough as it is, Limbo's rework has arrived. I will go more in depth in it in the next few days, but for now, the basics are Banish will send more than one enemy into the rift at once, and you will also have the ability, I think it was with Rift Surge or Stasis, I think it was Stasis. Yeah, I'm getting my words backwards again. Stasis, I was right the first time. Gives you the ability to alter time and pause them while they're in there. Cataclysm still, of course, working as it used to. Its Stasis has the ability to slow them down while they're in there. Really looking forward to trying him out more in depth, but with the quest and everything else out, is unfortunately going down the list here, which is sad. I really wish they'd kept this for maybe update 20.1. I even would have taken hotfix 20.0.1 and then brought him out. He is buried under a lot of content in this, which is a shame. There is a new corpus enemy. It's called the Ratal, and it's spawned by these guys, the Sniper Crewmen. The first big change here, of course, being they've increased the spawn chance of the Sniper Crewmen. There is also, of course, the changes to the Nullifier. When they spawn in, they won't have this blue shield around them. It's not until they are alerted that this comes in, which is going to make running around undetected so much easier, especially with the whole bonus side to that. But when they do it, you're not shooting the bubble itself anymore. You're shooting a thing that's on the outside of it, which I cannot demonstrate from here because I'm still trying to figure out why there's two of these. Did you see it? Gun at there's. Why is there two of these guys? Oh wait, there's three. Then of course there are the nerfs that came to a lot of weapons. It actually didn't. It came to 4. The Sonocore, the Cyanoid Sonocore, the Telos Bolt Ace, and they basically killed the Toncore. Well, there's good news on this. The Toncore isn't dead. The bounce has remained. If it comes into contact with anything for the first 6 meters after you fire the round from the Toncore, it will still bounce. It will still have self-harming on it, so you will still be able to blow yourself up. That is still something they have added to it. But the fact that the bounce has remained, but they've given it a much shorter distance, means that they haven't, in fact, killed the Toncore. They've done what I was hoping they would do, and they've altered the way people will use it, rather than kill it off completely. I think this hotfix is a little bit more broken, because I go to the news terminal, and it brings up the Conclave stuff. No, but anyway, that's just going to flash for a long time, I guess. If you did have one of these nerfed weapons that has been, let's just say, adjusted, because I'm not going to call it a nerf just yet, because it is more of a change with slight ammo consumption change. Oh, not again. Well, what happens is you will get this. If you format it, you will get a format. I'm assuming, I don't know. This one would have to be the Toncore. Simulor. Cyanoid Simulor, which you would think that Simulor would have came from Cephalon Samaris, not Cephalon Suda, especially considering he called Cephalon Suda an idiot earlier. And then one from Arbiters. There's 4 weapons, 4 former have been returned. If you have more than 1 former in, you will also receive a 3-day affinity booster, and the most you can have is 4, because there's 4 nerfed weapons. There is actually a hell of a lot to this update, so there will be a link to the forum post for update 20 in the description below, and we'll end this off with capture mode. I'm not going to go too much into this. I will probably go more in depth at a later date, but to get there, all you have to do is go to Arsenal, click on appearance. I've kind of just changed to Nova for this, and capture. Most of the scenes for this are inside of syndicates. Okay, no. 100,000 standing for a room, but you just choose one and hit load capture scene. I'll bring you back when I get there. Once you load it up, you can actually get them into some fairly weird positions. Nova looks like she's lying down on something about to shoot somebody over there. But really, it's no such thing. You can rotate the camera. Now it looks completely different. It does look like she's lying on something. I'm not imagining that, am I? You just get the right angle there. She's lying on something. But it's actually nothing like that. You can, of course, in here change the depth of field, distance, field of view, which is just also weird. Go back to default. You can change lighting setup, gain, grain, saturation, slow motion. That is actually now turned off. You can advance time. You can spawn it. Yep, spawn in enemies. If I spawn in a nullifier, go back, then exit this. Should, in theory, be able to demonstrate that weird thing. Okay, you know what, Helios? You just kill everything, so I can't actually demonstrate it. I gotta bring up the... Nope, wrong one. Then you gotta bring up the settings, and then you've got to go to spawn enemies, and then you... Oh, yeah. This can take quite a while to get just up. There it is. See the thing that was moving there? How do I... There it is. This is what spawns around the bubble of a nullifier that you have to take out. The bubble hasn't kind of spawned in, but this has. This is what you have to shoot to take the bubble down. The bubble itself, you're not supposed to be able to shoot through, because it's not here. Helios just kind of shot straight through it and killed the poor guy on the stairs. But this is a very, very useful tool. I do wish there was a way of being able to manipulate corpses so you can put them in certain positions. That would just lead to a lot of weird things. You can see him actually charging the weapon there. Facing in the wrong direction. I'm not over there. I was standing over here. So this is a great tool that has a lot of functions to it. Slow motion is actually just on a click. Click that and it should... Okay, that did not work. Slow motion. Come back out. And now we're not in slow motion. Seriously, game? Slow motion. Slow motion. Nope, still not in slow motion. I don't know why that's not working. It's just the shortcut that doesn't seem to be working. But this is probably a very useful tool for a lot of different reasons. But the enemies you can spawn are relying on you having them scanned, so I couldn't spawn in the Corpus Ratel thing, which is a bit of a shame. Anyway, there's a lot in this. I would really suggest reading that link I was on about in the description below. But we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch yous next time. Alright, she's now standing up. Actually, that did not work as I was planning it. Oh well.